All right. Okay. The comment section is on and off we go. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. It's nice to be here with you guys. And today we're going to be discussing about the trader's mindset. You understand? And I want to thank you all for for all the support and all the. I really appreciate everything, and I just want to let you know that it's going to be worth it. So thank you so much for all your support. So I hope we're going to have an amazing time here in today's session. So as you're joining the session, I would just request that I'll request that you like the videos as soon as possible, so that we can so that YouTube can recommend the live video to others, the rest of our friends who are going to be joining us. So thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate you guys. So thank you. Um, I'm kind of waiting a little bit so that we can all experience the setup, because I'm going to be talking about the setup again. I want to make it an habit to just talk about the setups, so that this is a very good trade. We have a doji break. This is a very good trade. Yeah. If price breaks to the downside, we can still go with the buyers. We're in a ranging market actually, but the major trend is downwards. You understand? The major trend is downwards. But we have a doji break right now, so we can go with the buyers. And this buyer's entry, so we can take the trade with the buyers. Let's see. If we don't have a gap up, okay, we can go with the buyers. If it comes down to this common point of rejection, we can still go again with the buyers. So let's see how that goes. And we're here to start actually, because I want to talk about the setup. But I found this trade is just too good to too good to pass. You understand? So we just have to take it. I could have taken this red one because we have a doji break. We're expecting an opposite candle. Hey, how are you, Mike Mitchell? It's nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're feeling great today. Thank you so much for joining. So we're about to start, but I found this trade is just too good to pass, so I had to take it. It's just too good to pass. Yeah, it's nice to have you here. Okay, it's a winning trade. That's good. Thank you so much. I'm kind of waiting a little bit because there's something I want us to discuss in today's live session, and I want everybody to be attentive, because it's something that will really do us a lot of good. You understand? And it's all about the mindset of a trader, actually. So there are some few pointers. I'm not going to share everything I would normally share with my students with you guys. Hey Wells, how are you? It's nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, as we're joining, let's keep liking this video so that YouTube can recommend it to the rest of our friends. Okay. It's nice to have you here. Thank you so much. God bless you. Okay, let's go with the buyers now. We have a common point of rejection. I'm expecting a push to the upside from here. So let's see if that common point of rejection will hold. That's the only reason I have to take this trade. It's not a high probability trade, but it might just be good enough to like go with the buyers. And because we have a doji here, we may have this red green pattern. So like after this red, then we might have a green. So like that, we're already having green, then red. So we may have a green at the end. So though it's not based on the red green pattern actually, it's just based on this common point of rejection. And and we are in a buyer's entry. So let's see if the buyer's entry will hold. If it doesn't hold, then fine, it's okay. That's the only reason. And let's see. Okay, fine, it's not holding. We may still have a green candle, but I won't be taking that trade. So now let's start. Since we have a couple of people in, let's start already. So today we're going to be discussing about the trader's mindset. See, I think few days ago, maybe like 2 or 3 days ago, I was saying something that there is a method to this madness. Let me put it that way. There's a method to this madness. Now, yes, indeed, there's a method to the madness. You understand? And if you can understand the method to the madness, it's going to go a long way to like really, really help in understanding what kind of mindset you should have as a trader. You see, uh, I've been saying it for some few days now that traders don't think in certainty. You understand? They think in probability. And really, really, if you think about it, every entrepreneur, every business owner, every CEO, they don't think in shorty. They don't know what will happen tomorrow or in the next 2 minutes or the next 1 hour. In fact, I don't know what will happen in the next 1 minute with this candle. No, nobody knows. But you can, based on what you have, based on the statistics and based on the facts you have on ground, come to a plausible conclusion that this might happen in the next 1 minute. And that is exactly what traders do. It's a probability game. Like, it's a probability thing. Let me put it that way. We think in probabilities. You get the gist. And that's the reason why we need to understand certain things, or we need to have certain mindsets. You understand? That will really help us become better traders. Because you see, I made a video like my first video in this year was how to become a better trader in 2026. You understand? The video is on the channel. You can go check it out. You see it. It's like a few videos away, so it's not very far. You understand? The thing there is all about being a better trader every day. Like today now, you learn one thing. Tomorrow, you learn another thing. You apply what you know yesterday. Then you learn another thing again. You see, that little bit of learning, of adding more knowledge every single day helps in the long run. You understand? It's like when you have little drops of water make a mighty ocean. That's how it is basically. You understand? It is little by little like that. The more you keep adding value, you learn the strategy today, you practice that strategy, then you fine tune, then you practice the strategy again, then you fine tune. It gets to a point whereby you have experience with that particular strategy. There are certain things that you would have seen in the market before. Be like, okay, I've seen this thing before. You understand? That is how it is. You get the gist. So there are certain things I want to actually highlight. Oh, I could have taken this trade, but don't worry, we're not taking this trade yet. Let me talk about that first thing first. You see, anytime you enter the market, the first thing you need to do, you need to minimize your expectation. And it will seem counterintuitive when you say minimize your expectation, but indeed, that's what you should do, actually. Let me tell you why. First and foremost, you need to just set your mind that, see, yes, I want to make a lot of money very fast. At the same time, I want to make sure I don't lose the little money I have to the market. So if it means I have to reduce my expectation, fine, so be it. This is what I mean. Let's start by starting this session right now, let me first thing I would first do is to go to higher time frame the same way we did. You understand? The same way we did in the morning. You understand? Let's look at the kind of market we are even. You can see the market is going up, down, up, down. So the market movement is currently down now. In M15, we have a third touch, and the third touch is currently remains 7 minutes to close now, which means this market is still going down. But you see, in M15 now, we've hit a demand area. Usually, I will not mark M15 because it's too far from M1. It's just too far. But sometimes you just want to have an idea of where you are on higher time frame, because you see, higher time frames, they they have better stability. Like when you see a supply or a demand in higher time frame, that demand is really a demand. There are buyers there. The buyers are camping. Let me put it that way. For most people that are into gaming, you know, the buyers are camping there. They are waiting to buy. Actually, so we know that if this candle closes, we have 6 minutes in 15 now. If this candle closes inside this demand, for the next 15 minutes, we may have the buyers coming. Yes, for the next 15 minutes, after the 6 minutes now, we may have the buyers coming. So what do we do? We have that at the back of our mind. But what do we do now? We go to lower time frame again. We go to M5. Let's confirm if that demand area is still there. You see, it's still there. So now there's a confirmation that we are still in the demand, even in M5. You can see it's right there. This is an engulf. It's just that this engulf now it's a doji. But you see, remember I told you that when you have a doji inside an entry, what does it mean? It means that the entry is strong. So we have strong buyers here already. There's no need to like stress yourself. Yes, the market is still going down, but when the buyers come in, it's going to be very violent. We have 20 seconds now for M5 to close. You understand? Which means very soon the buyers will soon start coming in. Let's check. Okay, you can see in M3 now we have buyers coming in already. That tells us that the market movement now will soon be upwards. So in M1, we may be thinking, okay, the market movement is downwards because of this momentum, but the buyers are beginning to surface. So now, because we are armed with that knowledge now, what do we do? What do? We buy opportunities. Look how far this. Look how far this. You can see we have an entry one here, but I can bet that price will soon leave that entry right now. This is the entry. I can't mark it with a rectangle. So you can see now, immediately price touched that entry. They gave us the buyers are in. You understand? And in M3, we already have the buyers coming too. We even have a gap down in M3. So now it's not doesn't mean we'll start going with buyers immediately. No. But now we know that if we have a buy setup here, we will take it because the buyers are in the market. Yes, that's what it means basically. You understand? We have a gap down now in favor of the buyers. You understand? It's not enough for us to take the buy trade, but we know that if we have an opportunity to buy, we can go with the buyers right here. It's as simple as that. That's where the mindset comes in. Oops, I think I've touched something, but don't worry. I'll just clear everything, then I will redraw everything. Let me start with the doji because there's a doji here. There's a doji candle here, and that doji candle worked actually once. So that is how the mindset of a trader should be. That's what you should do. Anytime you enter the market, don't just start trading. No, don't do that. Don't just start trading. What you need to do, is to look at the market. Now, there are some indicators I have been introducing you to. This zigzag especially. Try and use it. Now, I don't use indicators, like I said, you can see. But look at this. This is a very big range. You understand? And price has come down now. The next thing we should be expecting is price to go up. You understand? We've gotten to a demand area now on higher time frame. In the next 15 minutes, we should be expecting the next 15 candles to be going upwards at least. You understand? Let's go back to that M15 I was talking about. This is what some people, okay, the M15 is not done yet, remaining 2 minutes. This is what some people call top-down analysis. You understand? That's how they do. Some people just use top-down analysis to detect the market's movements, and from there they just scale from there. You can see that's what they do basically. You understand? But for us, we are just using it to understand the market's direction, so that when we find entry that goes along with that direction, we'll take it. It's like going with the river. You understand? Now, guys, I would really appreciate if you can like this video. You understand? I want anytime we like it like that, YouTube recommends it to the rest of our friends who are still coming. So let's do that right away. And if you're here to subscribe, I really appreciate if you can click the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So please keep click the subscribe button. Thank you so much for doing that. There's so much value on this channel. If you are the type that really want to learn how to trade, I mean how to learn how to trade for yourself, you understand, and be good at it, basically. So thank you so much for doing that. And if you want to support the channel, um I would really appreciate if you can use the super thanks, the super chats, and the super stickers. That would really be amazing if you can do that. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, this was the supply area I marked the other time. This supply area is very strong. This is a strong one. There's another one up here. We'll mark it also because it's also a strong supply area. We'll mark it both as some supply areas. Then there's another one I will mark. I'll show you where I'm going to mark it. So sometimes it's good to just prepare your mind, you understand, and prepare the market too. Don't just start trading immediately. You understand? You may see an opportunity, and that opportunity will be against the market's direction. If you take that trade, your possibility of winning or your probability of winning is low. And you may be surprised, or you may be wondering, why did you lose that trade? Yes, it's because you are trading against the market condition, like the market's movement. The market is trying to move up, you are trying to move down. Even if you have entries there, the market's flow is downward. Flow with the markets, you know, your life will be much easier when you have less resistance. So you don't want the market to be part of the resistance against you. You understand? So that's just how it is. Now look at this. I'm marking this supply areas. Why? Because I know that when price comes there, that's where the sellers are. We can take some trades. You understand? Now we know that the market is going up now. We will be looking for trades that will go with the buyers. But I can't find any yet. I probably would have gone with the buyers after this red candle. You understand? But right now, I don't see any reason to go with the sellers. Yes, I'm seeing some reasons, but I can tell it's against the market's direction. Like, remember that in the next 15 minutes now, we should be expecting the buyers to come in from, especially from, you can see, from this S15 chart, we can tell. And if you go to M5 too, M5 is saying the same thing, you can see. So the best thing for us is to go, just flow with the market's direction. Now look at this. We have a doji here, and we have a gap down. We know it's this gap, there might be some sellers there, you understand, but we'll not stress ourselves, because I can tell you for a fact that the buyers that are here, you don't know how strong they are. They can just post and ignore this setup right here. They may just ignore that setup and just give you a green candle, and you'll be wondering, why did I lose the trade? There's gap up in favor of sellers. Yes, it happens. You understand? So moving in the market direction makes your life easy. You understand? It's like just going with the trend. You get the gist. So it's one of those things. And okay, now you see we have this close. It's very close to a round number. We may have the sellers coming, but I'm not going to take the trade. You understand? Now look at this. We have an overlapping level here. You see that overlapping level can be our opportunity. Why? Because now market is making this. Look at this. If this red candle comes down now, comes down to this overlapping level, this pattern would be an evening star pattern. And remember, evening star patterns usually they're accompanied by what? By green candles. You can go with the buyers after you see that pattern. Because you have uptrend, then you have evening star, you can go with the buyers, especially if it crosses this overlapping level. You understand? Now there's another thing inside this thing called week on week. The reason why this market is going up is because of the week on week. If you don't understand week on week, join the Barter-Pro mentorship. I'm not going to explain that here. Forget it. That one is reserved for my students. So sorry. That one is reserved for my students because my students already understand what week on week is. You understand? So, okay, let me mark the week on week. This is what I mean by week on week. Anyways, though I may not explain it to the fullest, but you'll still get an understanding of it. This area is a week on. When you have 2 weeks overlapping like this, it's called a week on week. Now, if you go to lower time frame, look at this. We have a doji in between. You mark that doji now. Well, if you mark that doji range as an entry, if price comes to that doji, you can take a trade to the upside. It's one of those things. So let me mark the week on week now as a lower time frame entry. You'll see what I'm talking about. If we go back to M1, see, that is why the price went up. Look at this. Another one touched it and went and retraced to the upside. You understand? We are going with the buyers, but we are looking for setups that would support the buyers. You get the gist. That is how it works, basically. You understand? Apart from other strategies, just going with the trend and looking for opportunities that support that trend alone can make you a winner. Actually, you understand? So anytime back to the first, back to our first point, as I was saying, expectation. Minimize it. You understand? So because if you don't minimize expectation, you feel this pressure to always jump. And when you try to jump like that, I said something in the morning, guys. If you miss that morning session, go and watch it. It will be published maybe in the next 10 hours, thereabouts. It will be published around that time. You understand? When it's published, go and watch it, please. It will do you a lot of good. People that came in the morning, sincerely, I don't even know. You understand? I was in a kind of mood, and I think it was because I was in that mood that I was able to share those heartfelt. I'm actually kind of in that mood right now. You understand? I was able to share some heartfelt pointers that will really help anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or maybe a seasoned trader. No, it doesn't matter. It's going to help you. So go and watch it if you have not watched it already. You understand? It's going to be launched in the next 10 hours. So set your reminders, and when you see the notifications, try as much as possible to watch it. You get the gist. So back to what I was saying. Reduce your expectation. I know you want to make a lot of money fast, but you see, sometimes if you take 5 trades, just 5 good trades is enough. You can leave the markets. You can leave the markets. Now the sellers are coming in now. We can go with the buyers. This is that entry I was talking about. So let's see. I'm waiting for this candle to close because we have a doji here. Then we have a doji break. So if it breaks this doji, it will even make the probability of going with the buyers even stronger. You understand? So, and if you have a gap down, is another very good. If you don't have the doji break, I may not go with the buyers. So let's see if it's gonna give us that doji break. If it gives us a gap down, I mean, okay, it gives us a gap up. So that's a no. And another thing is that, see, there are some details you need to pay attention to. You see, the way you look at the whole market like this is the same way you should look at each candle too, with the same attention to detail. What's happening in this market now? This market is ranging already. Why? You have a doji, then you have long wicks. These are signs of ranging markets. So what do you do in ranging markets when the market is ranging like this? You can take trades with a common point of rejection. You understand? That's one. Then another thing you can do is when you have doji breaks, you can go with like if you break to the upside, you can go with the sellers. This is the common point of rejection. I'm combining this common point of rejection now with this round number. So I'm using this round number as support and resistance. You understand? To keep this price in check. You get the gist. So it's as simple as that, basically. We're in a ranging market. Look at this. This is a trend. This is a trend. Now we're in a ranging market. And if you observe this ranging market now, look at this. We're having lower lows leading up to this candle. Then all of a sudden the bars came up. It tells you there's some sellers here. And over this round number now, because round numbers act like support and resistance, you can expect them, or you can expect this kind of trades to work in ranging markets. Dojis work best in ranging markets, actually. If we had a doji break, I would have gone with the sellers, but since we don't have a doji break, so look at this. Inside this small range now, we can take common point of rejection. You see, when I started trading, actually, you see, this kind of market, they were my bread and butter. I will wait hours just to find this kind of market, because I know once I find this kind of market, in the next maybe 6 to 10 minutes, I can take all the trades I need to take and get out. Why? Because I understand this kind of markets. Yes, that's what I did back then. I'm telling you, under this round number now, you can go with the buyers. You get the gist. So those were the things I did back. I didn't even do too much. Let me pull it back. So these were the things I did back then. I didn't even do too much. I'm telling you the gist. If it comes under this round number again, I can take this trade. I will expect that pullback because round numbers act as support and resistance unless we have some aggressive sellers. That's the only reason why this will not work. We may still win this trade that is up here. So let's just see. Like I said, it's a probability thing. You understand? You may win it, you may not, but you go with the highest probability, and you see how the market reacts, basically. So let's just see how it turns out. You understand? Okay, fine. So you see what I'm talking about. Now, price has broken out of this range. You cannot address. Okay, wait. Let's take one more trade. We may still go with the buyers one more time because we have doji break. Well, let's see. Let me mark the doji range here. This is a doji. I'm expecting a green candle. So now if you have other reasons to take your trades, that would be amazing. So let's see what happens here. If we're gonna, actually I should have taken this trade under this round number. That's the safest place. But I'm expecting a green candle. So let's see. We should have a green candle actually. And we have market sequence of 2 red, then green, 2 red. We should be expecting a green too. You understand? But you see, under this round number would have been the best entry. You understand? Now, let me show you something quickly. We just started around this time. We've taken how many trades now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, out of five trades, you've won 4. That should be enough. That's why I said minimizing your expectation goes a long way. Yes, it goes a long way, guys. It goes a long way, guys. If you're in the if you're in the what they call it, if you're in the chats, kindly send a hi. Let me give you a shout out. Okay, I want to take a trade at that round number. Oh, I missed it. Okay, let me take it now. So I'm expecting a pullback. If give us a pullback, that would be nice. But it may just break to the upside and not give us a pullback. But no problem. Let's see. Okay, it didn't give us a pullback. So now they've given us a rally, then they're giving us a base. Now they are continuing with the buyers. I should have gone with this. Okay, this is just a doji break. Let me see. I might go with the buyers after this green candle. I might go with the buyers after this green candle because there's a strategy called the strategy is called doji disrespect. I talked about it yesterday. When you have a doji disrespect, it's when you are expecting a candle to like give you an opposite candle after a doji and it doesn't. The next thing you can do is you can go with that same direction of that candle. Actually, you can go in the same direction is what I'm trying to say. So we should be able to go with the buyers after this, especially if we have a gap down. If we have a gap up, I won't go with the buyers. So let's see. Okay, no gap up, no gap up, no gap down. We'll go with the buyers. If it comes down, I would take another trade with the buyers. I'm expecting a buy candle. Oh, we should have taken another trade down here. Okay. Oh, I was expecting to take the trade down here, but no problem. I don't see any reason to go with the sellers here, but I don't see any reasons why the sellers will come in. Okay. I'm sure there's a reason why the sellers are coming in, but no problem. We can still go with the buyers, especially on this overlapping level if we have a gap down. Yes. Okay. Let's go with the buyers. We just crossed this round number. You see this round number called 2. It's a very, very crazy round number. Now, the reason why the round number is crazy is because it has infinite zeros behind it. Anytime price crosses it, you understand, it's most likely will give you an opposite candle. And you see in this kind of range, we can have red green pattern for a while before the market now continues to the upside. So let's see if we're going to have that green candle. Let's just see. So I was talking about reducing your expectation. You see, we made 5 trades, we lost 1, and we won 5. That should be enough for a session. I'm telling you guys the truth, because the longer you stay in the market, the more your probability of winning reduces. You understand? And I need you to understand that. I need you to understand that. You understand? And you see, the brokers, let me now tell you something about the brokers. The brokers, they want you to stay in the market for as long as possible. You understand? They know that the longer you stay in the market, the more you are going to lose. So don't give them the satisfaction. You understand? You have to have that self-restraint. I was telling my students this afternoon that they need to understand, or when you're practicing, I don't know why I'm telling you this, because I should have reserved this for my students, but don't worry, I'll tell you this one. The thing there is, while I'm practicing, I remember back then I used to practice. When I'm practicing, I used to practice walking away from the market. It sounds very cheesy, but I'm telling you the truth. You see, practicing walking away from the market will help you in the real market. Yes, it will. It will help you. Just practice things. Look, there are certain silly things that doesn't make sense, but practice them. You've taken 5 trades. Don't take any trade again. Just walk away. Either you win or lose, it doesn't matter. Just walk away. You understand? It will help you when you are in the market, real market, and you are making some money, and probably you've made a sizable amount. You understand? You can easily just say, "Okay, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm not doing again. I'm done for this session." Yes, you can do that. So little things like those things, practice it. It will help you a lot. I'm telling you, it will help you a lot. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please and please click that subscribe button. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers and we're getting close. Every day we're getting close. Every day we're getting close. So please click that subscribe button. I really appreciate you doing that. I would like you to be one of our first Barter-Pro YouTube subscribers. That would really be amazing. You understand? So thank you so much for doing that. We've been on just one chart since, and we've been looking for opportunities. I remember I told you, let's go back to that M5, M15 thing. Look at this. Look at this. I told you the next 15 minutes will be a green candle. You look at this. That's it. It's as simple as that. Now imagine you are in M15 and you want to take a 15-minute trade. Just go with the buyers and call it a day. You can take $1,000 trade with this M15 now and just go. And before in 15 minutes you make like $920 and you are done for the day. Not take any other trade again. It's as simple as that. How crazy is that? That sounds crazy. Yes, it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, that's how it is. That's how it is. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So that's the first point. Let me move to the next point, since I think I've probably have overhammered the first point. Now the second point, make up your mind to be patient. You see, one of the first lessons I teach my students. By the way, guys, if you're interested in joining the Barter-Pro mentorship, click the Telegram channel link in the description below and send me a message from Telegram. You can see the market is still upwards. You understand? It's still uptrend, is what I'm saying. Look at this. It looks like basic market structure, but it's still uptrend. Now we're getting into this territory now where the sellers can begin to come in. You understand? We can begin to like work with sellers now. Why? Because this that entry I told you about. You understand? The sellers area. We're currently in the sellers area right now. Yeah, so we can begin to expect sellers to come in. Now, why did I go with the sellers here? Look at this previous candle. This big green candle now is an exhaustion candle. I know some of you understand what I immediately I mentioned exhaustion candle. You already understand. Exhaustion candles are sign of reversals, and it doesn't mean it's going to reverse because you see an exhaustion candle. But when you're able to combine other reasons with that exhaustion candle, the probability of having a reversal is on the high side. Why? Look at this. If you connect this, I just connected this now. We have seller's entry. Let's come here again. This seller's entry. Now over here, we have seller's entry plus supply area. This is a supply area. You can see we marked this supply area in the beginning when we started. We mark the supply area. Supply areas are areas where you have sellers in the markets. You understand? So when you see a Marabuza candle beaming into a supply area, you should know the sellers would respond. That's the reason for this red candle. As simple as that. It's not hard at all. So we can tell that the probability of the sellers coming in at this area is high. That's why we are going with them. Yes, it's as simple as that. There's no other, there's no other gibberish or there's no other mumbo jumbo to it. It's just that. As simple as that. You get the gist. So those are the like simple things. Now, if you know you have it's a supply area here and price was down here when we marked that supply area, you will wait now. Just wait for it. Be patient. We can still go with the sellers after this candle. You understand? How many candles were there? We know we've ran through some 15 candles. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there was another 6 minutes before that 15 candles. So 15 candles, that's 15 minutes plus 6. That's about 21 minutes. So and we had to wait for about 21 to like 30 minutes just to take one trade. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. You understand? It's not bad at all to wait. It's not bad at all. It's just one of those things that you just have to do. We can go with the sellers after this now. Why? Because now we have this morning star pattern. Morning star patterns are usually accompanied by red candles. Yes, it's as simple as that. And this is a seller's entry, and we are still inside a what? We're still inside a supply area. You understand? Now this gap down may like prove to be against us. Let's take one more here because of this common point of rejection. You understand? But I can tell you that if this first entry doesn't win, it's most likely that this common point of rejection will at least win. You understand? Now, it's a probability, like I said, you can still lose it, but that probability of us having red candle here is still on the high side, except for this gap down that we have here now. See, that gap down is favor of the buyers. So it may give us a little bit of tough time. Yes, we understand, but like I said, it's probability. You understand? Nobody knows the next 1 minute. There's no soothsayer that says, okay, it's 100% it's going to happen. No, you can say now we lost this trade, but it's fine. Why? Because it's probability, and because of this gap down, we know we lost this trade because of this gap down, not because it's not a good trade, but because it's just a probability, and that the highest probability is what we went with. Actually, you get the gist. It's as simple as that, basically. Now you see, if we have this evening star here, we are not going to go with the buyers. No, we are not going to go with the buyers. Why are we not going to go with the buyers? Because we are still in the sellers area. We are not going to go with the buyers. You understand? This is a demand area down here. Oh, okay. We've exhausted almost all the. But let me remove this. Let's mark this demand area. This is a demand area down here. We are not going to trade with the buyers here. No, we're not going to do that. Why? Because look at the buyers. They're responding now. But we have a gap up now. If it comes to this common point of rejection, this is a fresh supply. I'm going to take the trade with the sellers again. You understand? Because my chances of going with the sellers is winning with the sellers is high, especially because we have a gap up already. So we can go with the sellers here. Sometimes I don't know why certain you click something but it doesn't respond on time. So let's see if this supply now would hold or it will not. You understand? But we have a gap up here in favor of the sellers already. So let's see how it goes. I'm expecting a push to the downside from these sellers. Let's see if these sellers are strong enough to hold, or they will make a decision to just go up. And we are kind of in a safe place because of that round number. So let's see. Okay, we won it. That's good. The reason why we're in a safe place is because of this round number here. You understand? Above this round, remember I told you that round numbers, they act as support and resistance. The only reason why we won this trade now is because of these round numbers. The sellers here are not strong enough to hold the buyers. So, and it's as if this area was a decision point to break this formation. So it's a break of structure here. You understand? So I can tell you that now that they've made up their mind to go, to break this level. Now you see, we went out of this range. Coming back into this range now does not concern this range again. We are not going to think about the range. Once we break out of this range like this, it's on free fall. That's why most of the time when you see a lot of people that use what they call it, a lot of people that use what they call this, the indicators. Immediately price break out of a particular range like this, the indicators don't work again. They cannot give you accurate um they cannot give you accurate um indication again. You understand why? Because you understand they don't know what to do. There's no information that they can feed off of again. You understand? And that's why you are better off reading the candlesticks yourself. Guys, give me 1 minute. I need to check something quickly. Just hold on. 1 minute. I'll be back. Oh, I could have taken this trade. This is a very good one. On this round number, I could have taken it. We have a gap up right on this round number. It's very nice. There to quickly check something. I'm there to quickly check something. Okay. All right. This was a very good trade. Come on. Sometimes you leave the market for 1 minute and you miss one very nice opportunity. It's crazy, but no problem. You understand? Oh, this might be a very good one, but no, you can't go with the buyers. We're in the sellers area. We may go with the buyers because of this big gap down, but hmm, you know what? Let's go. The probability of winning the trade is low, but sometimes you just want to just try it. Let me take one more here. We shouldn't go with the buyers, actually. I know that for sure. We shouldn't do that, but no problem. Let's see. We have this demand here. I'm hoping it to save the trade. Okay, kind of saved it. It's break even. But guys, when you see a gap down in the sellers area, and you know that we should go, the sellers should come in. Don't bother going with buyers. I'm telling you, don't go against the market's movements. It's one major lesson. It took me a long time to learn it, though. I'm telling you, it took me a long time to learn it. Now we can go with the buyers now. I'll tell you why. Remember, we marked this demand the other time and we had this rejection to the upside. You see, some of those buyers are still here. If price closed inside this, okay, the buyers are responding. If price closed inside this demand and we have a gap down, that would be a good trade. Now, if it gives us this Marabozu candle, just like it did here, we will go with the buyers. Can we have gap down? Okay, we can go with the buyers. Let's see. It's still under probability, but let's just wing it. And it closed on a round number, so at least it may be a weak green buyer's candle, but let's see how it goes. You understand? Now you see, now you want to trade against the current or the market movement. You need a good reason to do that, and it has to be a strong reason anyways. You understand? You have to be able to combine those reasons. At the beginning we had this as a Marabozu candle, it would have been a better entry. You understand? It would have been a better entry. You understand? But no problem. We will look for a better trade, actually. Um, we'll look for a better trade. So back to what I was saying. You understand? Make up your mind to be patient. Because you see, patience is part of a trader's tool. You understand? It's one of those tools that you have to have. You have to be able to sit down and look at the charts until you find a very good. Yeah, we can go with the sellers now. We can go with the sellers now. This area has turned to a DBS, so we can go with the sellers. You understand? So that's just how it is. You have to make up your mind to be patient, to wait for your entry. It's as simple as that. Just wait for it. There's no rush. You understand? Nobody is going to. It's your money. You can trade it as you like. And the best thing you can do, you want to multiply the money. The best thing you can do is to be patient with it's your money. You worked for, it's hard end. It's your hard end money. You understand? The best thing you can do is wait. Just wait for your best entries. You understand? Be patient. Look at this now. Let's let's try and look for. Oh, this is a good one. Why didn't I see that? This is a good one. We have a gap down. I wonder the round number. It's a good one. It's a good one. This is a demand area here. We have buyers there, though it's not a fresh demand area. Okay, now I see. Though initially it seems like a good one, but I can see this double top now. I shouldn't trade against the double top, but no problem, no problem. We'll find a better trade. So back to what I was saying. Be patient. It's your money. It's not running away. You understand? It's this is a double top. We shouldn't trade against it. But it didn't look like a double top when I was taking the trade actually. So I didn't see the market proper. But I took it because of this gap down and because we broke this overlapping level. But that overlapping level it's not a fresh one. It has been tampered with by these buyers that push the price up here. So you understand. So we have a demand here. We have another demand down here. But these buyers they are done with the markets. They've bought everything they need to buy. So now the sellers are selling. You understand? Let's check another opportunity. Or let me remove all this. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay. They touched another buyer's entry here. Oh, this is a QM. Come on. This is a very good one. This is a very good one. This is a QM. It may not look like it, but this ABC to the downside, push to the upside. This is a QM. Price came there, you can see. Then the buyers came in. It's as simple as that. This is a very beautiful one. There's another QM up here. We may be able to take advantage of it if we have. Let me clear all this. We'll be able to take advantage of this QM. I know we've been talking about QM since. If you're in the chats, kindly say hi in the comment section. Let me give you a shout out. I want to be sure that comment section has not. Oh, this is nice. We have an engulf, and this is the entry. That's good. This is nice. We have an entry. We have an entry here. Let's go to lot time frame again. Let's see if we have more entries. Okay. Okay, I won't take the entry below the QM shoulder. It's only the one above that will really pay attention to. But let me mark the one below too. In case price rejects from there, I will know that that's a reaction. But I'm not going to take a trade based on that. Let's go back to M1 because price will soon get there. Okay. You see this new one? I'll mark it as blue. I don't intend taking a trade on it, so I'm not going to take any trade on it. But the one up here is the one I want to take a trade on. So we'll mark that and we'll wait. Like I said, we'll make up our mind to be patient. Yes. Now, if we mark the trajectory of this market now, it looks like a price channel, but a very slim one. But it's still fine though, you understand? It's a price channel, but it's a slim one. If we mark this one too, you'll see it's a slim, it looks like a slim price channel. You understand? This QM looks like a fake out. And remember what I said yesterday, that when you see a QM inside a fake out, it most likely will work, especially if you have this kind of price channel like this. So if price comes up here, if it comes to this area, we'll take a trade. If it doesn't come there, then fine. We're not going to bother about it. But we can mark this as a favorite so that we can always check on it. So let's check the rest of the market. We may have a double bottom down here, and that double bottom will give the market the push they need to come to this entry. Then we can take the trade. So let's check the rest of the market. This is that market we lost. You understand? Let's did the same thing we did M15. Let's see what the downtrend will only be confirmed if You see this level? This is a previous support. This is a previous resistance area in the market. If price breaks this level and comes down, then we can now say, okay, fine. The market is bearish, but right now it's still bullish. You understand? And if you on your zigzag, let's see what the zigzag says. You can see zigzag says it's still bullish. We're up. You can see. You can see now, but based on where the market has touched, you can see it's trying to say that okay, fine, the sellers may start coming in, but it's not confirmed yet until they break this level. Now let's check what M5 says about the markets. You can see on M5 the sellers are beginning to come in, but remember that demand area I talked about. Let me mark the demand area so that we can see it clearly. Look at this. See that demand area? Price has not come there. You understand? So that tells you that these sellers, they are not confirmed yet. Like they are not. The market is not. The direction of the market is not downwards yet. It's still upwards until they break this area. Now that's when we know that okay, they are ready to go down. But right now, we are still in an uptrend. Though the sellers are beginning to come in because we've gotten to a sellers area. Now let's go to M3. So you can see the same thing is happening in M3. But right now, this is a case of decision points trade in M3. Now let me remove this zigzag because I don't want to confuse it with too many demand. There's a decision point, there's an opportunity. Let's see what M1 says. Look at this. Let it load. Just wait for it. Okay. So look at this now. We have a decision point in M1. This is a decision point already. Look at it. Price broke this decision point. You see under this decision point shoulder, there's a decision point where we really need to find the entry. Let's go to lower time frame. Let's find the entry there. Okay, we found it in S30. This is it. We mark it and we wait for the price to come there. It seems small, but I'm telling you, it can reject the whole trend. Let me see. Let's check S15 if we will find more entries inside that place. Okay, S15 confirms it. That's good. Should I mark it? Let me mark it. I'm trying to be as accurate as I can. Good. I'll mark it as this. Then we'll save this. Then we'll go back to M1. Wait for our entry. It's as simple as that. So you have to make up your mind to wait, or else if you have not made up your mind to wait, then I don't know what you're going to do. Because if you just look at that trade I took the other time, I just jumped to take it and we lost it just like that. But if I had taken a little bit of time to just check the market and see where the market is going, where it's coming from, we might have just saved that trade. We have another third touch here. Price comes there, we can go with the sellers. Why? Because you see, this is a temporary downtrend until we get to this place. You understand? But we've not gotten to that place yet, so and the price is coming down. It's still a downtrend. Break that level. Come on, let it break the level. Wait for it to break the level. Or if it touches the level, I would go with the sellers. Sometimes it may not because we have a gap up already. It may just touch this level and retrace. And we already have this pattern called 3-bar up pattern. I talked about 3-bar up pattern 2 days ago in the live session. Yeah, but this is a 3-bar up pattern. So if it touches this area, we can go with the sellers. We have a gap up already. that in a way kind of validates the sellers, you get. But this is the safest place we can take the trade. We can't take it here. This is the safest place for us to take the trade. So if price doesn't come here, we cannot take it. We have to be patient. So it's one of those things. We just have to learn. Okay, there's a round number here with 3 zeros. I guess that's the reason why this actually worked. I didn't see this round number. I probably would have gone, but it's fine. So now if we have that breakout now, we can go with the sellers. Let's see. And we have a supply above it. As much as you can. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And if you're in the chat, I don't know why the chat is not working. Maybe the network is messing with the chat. The chat seems not to work. Guys, send me a message in the chat. Let me see if it's working. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, let's go with the sellers. This is a very good trade, guys. It's a very good trade. We have third touch breakout. This first touch low, second touch lower low. Price breaking that level. You understand? We'll go with the sellers. You know, this kind of trade is about 70% probability. It means 70% assurance you can win, then 30% you may lose. So it means if you take this kind of trade 7 times, you will win at least 7 times out of 10. If you take it 10 times, you win 7 times out of 10. And you may lose like 3 times. This particular kind of setup, I mean, you understand? Just based on this setup alone. So we have 13. Let's go again. I'm going again with the sellers. I'm expecting the sellers to. Okay, I think we're going to lose this. But the reason why I took this trade, let me show you quickly. We have this market sequence of 2 green, then red. And it has happened a few times in this particular chart. So I'm expecting that market sequence to work with this setup. Look at this. We have 2 green, then red. We have 2 green, red. I'm expecting another red candle, but now it's not going to happen. Okay, fine. We lost the trade. We may still have the red candle happen because all these areas, these are sellers areas. We have a QM here. We have a QM here. Now, like I always say, it's a probability thing, and though we don't have a gap up, but they are closing on a round number, so we may still have that red candle. Now, another reason why this may happen is probably because maybe this area is a decision point for these breakouts. Let me mark it quickly. Now, I'm really glad this happened. You understand? Let me, and it's ties back to the same point I was making the other time. That you see, look at how we started. We started with some amazing trades. Where are they? You understand? We got to, I think, maybe 250 or something. But because we keep staying, we've spent a lot of time in the market. You get the gist. There's every chance that the more you stay in the market, the more you are going to actually lose what you've made and probably lose the capital that you have. You understand? It is see, you see all these things, it has been tested many times. I'm telling you the truth. That this is what the brokers, this is what they are waiting for. You understand? Most of those brokers know that the longer you stay in the market, the longer you're going to lose. Now, it doesn't even matter if the trades you take are like very good trades or not, or your strategies work or not. It just happened. That's the psychology behind it. That's the mindset behind it, basically. Now, let me take the last point I was going to talk about. This is it. Insist on only high probability trades. Now, you see, there was one particular trade I took that time. I think it's on this. Was it on this? I think, let me check. Yes, it was on this particular one. It was on this particular one. Now, there was a particular trade I took without checking the market. I just took that trade. Okay, this, I remember now. This is a trade, this area. Now, you see, if you've set up your mindset that you will only insist on taking the best trades, and you ignore every other opportunity you see, you won't fall into too much temptation of just taking any kind of trades. You understand? We'll start again. So let's start again from where we were. You understand? We'll look now. It's just about insisting. Like back then, I used to take all the opportunities I see. I'll take it. If I see another opportunity, I'll take it. If I say, but later I now realize that, see, if this thing is probability thing, look at this trade now. This is a short trade. We can as well just wait for it. Why? Because the QM trades have higher probabilities. You understand? Than any other kind of trade. Yes, if all you know is just QM and you don't know anything, you can pick a lot of bread. I'm telling you. You understand? That's how it is. You can pick a lot of bread just with QMs alone. You understand? So that is how the market. You can see we said this thing the other this QM. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22. This is the 23rd. This is the 23rd candle forming now from this QM. Yeah, if all we have to do is just wait for 23 minutes or 30 minutes just to take one trade, we will. And remember, I told you that there's an entry down here, but I'm not going to take the trade. Like, this is the entry I'm really waiting for. This entry can retrace, especially with this round number, but I'm not going to take it. I'm waiting for the best entry. This one is the one I'm going to take. So immediately price touches it, we'll take it. It's as simple as that. If price doesn't touch it, then we don't take it. It's as simple as that. You can see it came close enough and it pulled back simply because of this one. You understand? But I'm going to take that trade. Oh, I thought it was going to jump up. If it enters, I'm going to take one more. Yes, this is it. But let's take one more. I'm expecting a pullback. So let's see if we'll have that pullback from the QM. I'm looking at the QM area. But this gap down now is the only challenge we have. This gap down is in favor of the buyers. This gap down, it has reduced the probability of us winning the trade actually. Let me see if I can use that round number as a shield. The round number up there, if I can use it as a shield. Okay, fine. We can still go with the buyers and with the sellers, I mean. Because we have a round number there now and we have a gap up also. And this is a fifth candle. So we have fifth candle theory. We have supply because we have a supply area here and we have round number. And this is a critical point too. Look at the trend line. So we should expect the sellers to come in. You understand? So now the thing there is sometimes the fact that you make some losses, it doesn't mean you don't understand market. It's just a probability thing, like I said. And probabilities, they are not assurances. You understand? But we still always go with the highest probability, regardless of either we win or lose. It's not about being right. It's about following the highest probability. You get the gist. I guess the message thing is not working again, and I have a feeling some people are sending me messages right now. But I'm really sorry if I'm not able to read your message. It's sometimes it's a network thing. You understand? Now, If you're new here, I would really appreciate if you can click the subscribe button. You understand? We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Please click that subscribe button. I'll be honored to have you as one of the first Barter-Pro YouTube subscribers. So thank you so much for doing that. And if you are getting value from this and you want to support the channel, you can make use of the super stickers, the super chat, and the super thanks. So thank you so much for doing that. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for doing that. I always like it when all of us vibe together, in the comment section like that. It's so nice, you understand? But I don't know why the comment section doesn't seem to work, and it's really painful when it doesn't work like that, because now I don't get to connect with you guys. But I love you guys. What, guys? Let's draw the curtain for today's session, and thank you so much for watching. Um, we will be back by God's grace in the next 10 hours. Let's put it, or let's just say next 11 hours. You understand? We'll be back again with another session, and it's going to be amazing. You understand? So thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate you guys. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, if you want to join the Barter-Pro mentorship, the Telegram channel link is in the description below. The broker link, the platform link is also in the description below. Just click on that broker link. It will take you to the platform. You can register there. I have all the resources, for all the beginners. You can check the playlist section. There's a particular section for beginners. Check it. you know so thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace out. Oh man, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.